We've all heard of Mary Magdalene, Jesus' friend who sat at his feet and listened to him teach. But did you know that according to the Bible, she became the first apostle after Jesus' resurrection? Yep, that's right. Despite what many people believe, Mary Magdalene wasn't just some random woman who had a thing for Jesus. She was a pivotal figure in the early days of Christianity. So let's dive into the fascinating story of this forgotten leader. But before we get started, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos about the mysterious past. Also, stick around until the end if you want to hear about something shocking historians have discovered about her legacy. The title of the video may come off as controversial, so allow me to explain. This video is not intended to downplay the significance of Jesus Christ in Christianity. Rather, it aims to shed light on Mary Magdalene's crucial role in the early church, which has often been overlooked or distorted throughout history. It is time we gave credit where it is due and acknowledged her contributions to the spread of Christianity. Now let's get into it. First things first, who exactly is Mary Magdalene? Well, she's the star of our show today. According to the Bible, she was a follower of Jesus who was there for some of his most important moments, including his crucifixion and resurrection. But she's not just a background character. She takes center stage in several key moments, especially when it comes to spreading the word about Jesus' teachings. Now you might be thinking, wait a minute, didn't Jesus only have 12 apostles? Well, yes, he did. Mary Magdalene isn't typically included in that list. But here's the twist. She actually became the first apostle after Jesus' resurrection. Yep, you heard that right. After Jesus rose from the dead, he appeared to Mary Magdalene first. Let's just say she wasn't the same ever since. You see, before Jesus' resurrection, Mary Magdalene was a nobody, just another one of his followers. But after that life-changing event, everything changed. She went from being just a disciple to becoming the very first apostle, the one who spread the good news about Jesus' resurrection to the rest of the disciples. You imagine the responsibility. But why, you ask? Why did Jesus choose her? Well, it's simple. She was there, ready, and willing to listen. When Jesus appeared to her, she didn't doubt what she saw. Instead, she believed. And that's why Jesus chose her to be his apostle, to share the incredible news with the rest of the disciples. So what does the Bible say about Mary Magdalene's role as the first apostle? Well, let's take a look at John chapter 20, verses 11-18. But Mary stood outside the tomb crying, "Stand." And as she wept, she stooped down to look into the tomb, and she saw 2 angels in white, sitting where Jesus' body had lain. They asked her, "Woman, why are you crying?" She told them, "Because they have taken away my Lord, and I don't know where they have laid him." Then she turned around and saw Jesus standing there. But she did not realize it was Jesus. Jesus said, "Woman, why are you crying? Who is it you are looking for?" Thinking he was the gardener, she said, "Sir, if you have carried him away, tell me where you have laid him, and I will get him up." Jesus said to her, "Mary." Turning, she saw Jesus and cried out, "Rabboni," which means teacher. This passage tells us that Mary Magdalene was the first person Jesus appeared to after he rose from the dead. And let's just say he didn't waste any time sharing the good news. Didn't wait till later that day or the next week. He told her right then and there, making her the very first apostle. But that's not all. This passage also shows us that Mary Magdalene was an important witness to Jesus' resurrection. She was the first person to see him after he rose, and she was the one who spread the word to the other disciples. Let's move on to another passage. Luke chapter 24, verse 9-10. And indeed it was Mary Magdalene and Joanna and those who had followed Jesus from Galilee. They told what they had seen and what had happened to them on the way, and how he was now alive, and they had seen him. Here we see that Mary Magdalene is mentioned alongside Joanna as someone who witnessed Jesus' resurrection. Together they were part of a group of women who followed Jesus, and they were the ones who spread the news of his resurrection to the disciples. They didn't just stand around and watch. No, they took action and shared their experience with the world. That's the kind of faith I want to see. Yeah. But why, you ask? Why were these women witnesses to Jesus' resurrection? Well, it's simple. They were faithful followers who stuck by Jesus even when things got tough. They didn't run away when he was arrested or crucified. They were there, supporting him every step of the way. And because of their faithfulness, Jesus chose them to be among the first to witness his resurrection. They were the lucky few who got to see him rise from the dead, and they were unshy about sharing their experience with the world. In fact, they were so bold that some people tried to silence them. But despite threats and intimidation, they stood their ground and continued to spread the word. These women weren't just ordinary people. They were strong, brave, and unwavering in their faith. They were the perfect witnesses to Jesus' resurrection. But let's not forget Mary Magdalene's importance in other alternative Christian traditions. In some of these traditions, she's known as Mary the Baptist or Mary of Bethany, and she's believed to be the sister of Martha and Lazarus. But that's not all. Some people believe that Mary Magdalene was Jesus' wife and that they had a son together named Jesus. Now hold on a second. Let's unpack this whole Mary Magdalene was Jesus' wife thing. According to some sources, Jesus and Mary Magdalene had a secret marriage that was never revealed during his lifetime. The idea that Jesus was married is actually supported by some ancient texts, including the Gospel of Philip and the Gospel of Mary. But let's take a closer look at the evidence, shall we? First up, we have the Gospel of Philip, which was written sometime between 40 and 130 CE. This gospel contains a number of sayings attributed to Jesus, but it also mentions a special relationship between Jesus and Mary Magdalene. In chapter 7, verse 34, it says, "He who received the saying of the living one in the presence of Mary Magdalene, who used to lean on him, as it is written, he who received the living one in the presence of Mary Magdalene, who used to lean on him, said, 'Who is your sister?' The Savior said to them, 'She is my companion.' Blessed is the companion of the Savior." Now, this passage doesn't explicitly say that Mary Magdalene was Jesus' wife, but it does imply that they had a close relationship that set her apart from the other disciples. Another piece of evidence we can look at is the Gospel of Mary, which was written around the same time as the Gospel of Philip. This text tells the story of Jesus' meeting with his disciples after his resurrection. During this meeting, Mary Magdalene plays a significant role. In chapter 1, verses 19, it says, "Then Mary arose and said to them, 'I saw the Lord, and I told you what I had seen.'" Here we see that Mary Magdalene is mentioned first among the disciples, suggesting that she held a special status among them. Additionally, in chapter 7, verse 2, it says, "And the Lord said to her, 'Go and tell my disciples, and tell them, I am he who suffered. I am the first and the last, and the living one.'" This passage implies that Mary Magdalene was a messenger of Jesus, someone who was chosen to receive his message and share it with the world. While these texts don't explicitly state that Mary Magdalene was Jesus' wife, they do suggest that she had a close relationship with him that set her apart from the other disciples. So there you have it, the fascinating story of Mary Magdalene, the first apostle. This biblical badass didn't just sit at Jesus' feet and listen. She became the first apostle, spreading the word about his resurrection. But that's not all. She was also an important witness to Jesus' resurrection, sharing her experience with the world despite threats and intimidation. In some alternative Christian traditions, she's known as Mary the Baptist or Mary of Bethany, and she's believed to be the sister of Martha and Lazarus. Oh, and let's not forget the spicy rumor that she was Jesus' wife. While the Bible doesn't explicitly mention it, some ancient texts do hint at a special relationship between them. Either way, Mary Magdalene's contributions to Christianity shouldn't be forgotten. She was a true leader and a pioneer for women in religion, proving that women could hold important positions and make a real difference in the world. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the Bible and back in time. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos about the mysterious past. Till then, stay curious and keep exploring the secrets of the past.